Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic here we are going to discuss it is the compounds of halogens. So, the halogens are basically known as the group 7A elements. These are basically called as the salt forming elements. As they belong to group 7, it's mean they contain 7 electrons in their valence shell, and to gain the nearest electronic configuration of the noble gas, they require one more electron in their valence shell, and after the gain of this electron, they will acquire the charge -1, and they are changes into the anions, that is called as the negatively charged ion. And when we talk about its different compounds, they can form three types of the compounds. The first one is called as hydrides, that is compound with the hydrogen, and then we have its oxides of the halogens, which is the compounds with the oxygen, and third one compound is oxyacids of the halogens. These are basically acids in which both the oxygen and hydrogen combine with the halogens, and after their combination they will form the acids. These acids are basically called as oxyacids of the halogens. And here we will discuss the first one class of the compounds of halogens, which is called as hydrides. So here the word hydride is basically derived from the hydrogen. Also all the halogens, when they are going to react with the hydrogen, after this chemical reaction there will be changes into the hydrides. So the first one hydride is formed when the halogen is going to be react with the hydrogen. It is HF because the first one halogen is fluorine, so it produces hydrogen fluoride. And when it is going to be react with the chlorine, then it produces hydrogen chloride, that is HCl. Then when it is going to be react with the bromine as Br2, it produces hydrogen bromide HBr. And when it is going to be react with the hydrogen as iodine I2, it forms the hydrogen iodide Hi. Now, when we just check out the strength of these HF, HCl, HBr, and Hi, these all are called as acids. So when halogens are going to be react with the hydrogen, they are forming hydrides, and these hydrides are basically known as the haloacids, in which hydrogen reacts with the halogen. And now what is the strength of this acid? If we talk about HF, it is called as the weakest acid, and the HI, which is the last one acid, it is called as the strongest acid of the hydrogen halides. So here the positive part just came from the hydrogen. We just lose the electron. On the other hand, the negative part is just come from the halogen, which is X negative. And the force of attraction that attracts these two, it is called as the bond, and they are forming hydrogen halides. Now the strength of the hydrogen halide is just increases down the group as they're acidic, but strength as a bond like HF, HCl, HBr, and the bond between hydrogen and iodine. Here the bond that exists between hydrogen and fluorine, it is the strongest bond. On the other hand, the bond which is existing between hydrogen and iodine, it is the weakest bond. And in this picture here we have the hydrogen fluorine, its picture HF, HCl, HBr, and Hi. As we are moving down the group in the periodic table, we just see that the size of the halogens, it is going to be increased while we move down the group with the increase in their atomic number. And the first one halogen or hydrogen halide, which is HF, it is the strongest hydrogen halogen bond. But as we move down the group, then there is a low stability or the lowest thermal stability, means if we want to break that bond, we can easily break that because the HF it is having the strongest bond and the HI is having the weakest bond among themselves. After this, we have some reactions of the hydrogen with the halogens. Now, the first reaction in which the hydrogen is going to be react with the fluorine and it produces hydrogen fluoride. That reaction explosively can happen in the cool and dark conditions. So this reaction is too much fast and do not require any type of the outward assistance from the source. Then the second reaction is between hydrogen and chlorine in which there is a formation of hydrochloric acid as HCl that reacts explosively in the presence of sunlight. So there is a requirement of sunlight for this process. Then we have the third one reaction in which hydrogen is going to be react with the third one halogen which is bromine produces hydrogen bromide that reacts slowly upon heating. So there is a requirement of heat for this process. And the last one is the reaction between hydrogen and iodine and it produces hydrogen iodide and that forms an equilibrium mixture upon heating. It's mean this reaction is basically a reversible reaction. The reversible reaction is the one in which the reactants can be converted into products and these products can be reconverted into the reactants. This reaction is called as reversible reaction and the reaction between hydrogen and iodine is a reversible type that can be happen at equilibrium state. So when we talk about the reactivity of these halogens with the hydrogen for the formation of the hydrogen halide, that reactivity just decreases down the group and the fluorine is having highest reactivity with the hydrogen. On the other hand, the iodine has the lowest reactivity that of hydrogen for this formation of the acids. These acids are called as halo acids. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand and if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section and I will get back to you guys soon. The next topic that we will discuss it is the properties of the hydrogen halide. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.